Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager, it's career mode, and it's week 55 of the Game Decathlon competition. Today, we're going to be on an objectives hunt, as we'll focus just on these races. So first up, we have the Winston-Salem Cycling Classic here in the USA. It's a one-star race, and it is a sprint stage. We need to finish in the top 10. Already got our team pre-selected here. See that Wachtendorf is still very much in the negative, as he has been for a while. He's got a bit of fatigue. And you can also see that there's a few really strong sprinters that are going to be at this race. So that top 10 is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all.
Hello to one and all. It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining. And, of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
Pretty big field, 133 riders. So again, contributing to the difficulty of trying to acquire a top 10. Brown's looking good for today. Wachtendorf, yeah, he's
making a break
for about a month now has not been our guy. Easter. Okay, Griffin Easter is looking pretty strong today. +2. Also a boost to his sprint.
There's a breakaway.
Wraith. He's a -1, but it's not affecting his sprint. And not anything else too much. So Wraith is in contention to be the guy today. Current Breakaway Group is not one that too many teams are fond of, as we've been chasing after him for a while. Currently there's 5 riders away. Simpson, let's go ahead and get you on protect. There's Garrison going. And Garrison's looking okay too. Brown. Anderson, let's get on it. Garrison, that leaves Wachtendorf as the middleman. And that Breakaway Group finally formed up. 5 riders have gotten 3 minutes away already. And you can see our little loop here is a lot of up and down. I mean, keeping an eye out, we get to about 5 degrees at one point. Luckily the negatives are steeper, but there's an uphill that's pretty steep, isn't there? Yeah, there is. And we hit it a lot. That's going to be exhausting. And we hit it just before the finish line. The less steep of the two, I believe. See. I'll slow it down here for a moment. I think this... No.
The pace is quite slow on this section. The riders are obviously keeping something
one for
back.
the finish
We should
line.
be in for quite a finish.
See here. Here's the climb. Let's see how steep this one gets, or one of the climbs. Yeah, 10, 14. It's short. And then there's the finish line. Or is that the start line? Lost track of which is which. I didn't see a 1K banner or anything like that. I think that was the start line. See, there are different. Okay, I can see we'll go over the finish line right there.
Has significantly increased its speed.
Not for a while yet. Alright, we are already low on water. Let's go ahead and send Wachtendorf now. I'm going to speed it up, not slow down. Alright, so the lead's holding at 3 minutes, and actually they're already being reeled back in a little bit. 2.5 now. Just under 100K. So this is not going to be a straightforward finish by any means. Okay, we're going to keep an eye out for banners that show. See, we hit that loop a lot, but I don't think that's the finishing loop. I think that's the starting line. There's no 20K, 10K, 1K to go banners around this loop. Suppose one way to check that. The map.
The peloton has slowed right down.
Oh, it is. It's a start-finish loop. There's just no banners. So this is the climb to the finish. Yikes.
There we go. That's 2/3 of the race behind us.
That is a steep final climb. We definitely don't want to start our sprint until after that climb. This time through, I want to see how far away that is from the finish line.
Look, the pack has taken its foot off the gas. The team leaders can't be too worried about the breakaway.
Okay, this earlier climb gets up to about 5 degrees. This one's not so bad, but it keeps going for a little while. Go get water for one final time. And here soon we'll have to up our effort level.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
Alright, here's the downhill beforehand. Here comes that climb again here in just a moment. Okay, we hit the base. We're at 51.8. We get to the top. 51.3. There's still some uphill. Oof. It's about 800 meters. So we will start our sprint maybe just before the top. Maybe at the 1K to go. 900 meters to go, something like that. Also depends on how much energy we have left when we get there. Okay, the water's done. Let's go ahead and get these guys up into that safe zone. Already a good amount of fatigue in the group. 46K to go. Definitely not looking like a winner today. There's at least 3 riders who are way out of our league. And then there's still going to be another 4 or 5 riders who are going to be really tough to beat. The good thing for me is they're facing the same challenges as I am. The bad thing for me is I'm facing those challenges. and facing riders who are well out of our league. But this little uphill right to that intersection right there, it's like as soon as you hit the intersection, that's where we become okay.
That's a group nosedive.
Whoa, look at that. There's already a split in the peloton.
A rider has just fallen.
If you kind of slip back a little bit, let's get you back up here with these guys.
He's just pulled off his race number. That's it for him.
There we go. Hopefully that'll keep you up here at the front. So just 54 riders left in the peloton. Breakaway Group is beginning to crumble. Evan Huffman going on the attack for Rally Cycling. We can't catch him around the corner here. Yeah, look how much stronger he is than the rest of us.
The pack's deficit is being cut back. The pack is increasing its work rate.
He's trying to go for it on his own, but he's been caught.
There's an attack from inside the Breakaway Group.
Less than a minute to these guys, and 30k left to go. Pretty soon here, I'd actually like to form up my train so that most of the work's done by one rider and not everyone, and then it'll be about survival, not pulling away from the group. There's the climb.
Apparently, they all managed to set off again.
Ooh, 29 riders left. I'm actually starting to like my chances on getting a top 10 finish. The 5 riders are almost caught. You got to figure that they're all done. They're going to fall off the back pretty quickly as soon as they come in. And then there's 29 riders and I've got 7 of them. Now I've got 4 of them that are toast and about to get dropped. But I'll have 3 riders out of 25 in contention for a top 10 finish. Problem is there's going to be a lot more strength around than what I've got. Okay, well, here's what we're going to try to do. We're form up now with 24k to go. Garrison, Easter, Wraith are obviously going to the back. Let's see who, though. Garrison, Wraith. Easter also has the hill. Let's see what else. Wraith a little bit. Okay, that's why these guys are all hanging in there. But Simpson, Easter's strongest today. So let's go ahead and put him. I have the strongest on the hills. Okay, Wachtendorf just hanging in there. Remember, he's been on his own. Ooh, he's already fallen back again. Simpson's got just a little left. Brown, just a little left. Even with the +2, he is. Really think he would be doing a little better. Anderson's done, but we'll try to get behind him for now. And we'll go ahead and use a gel immediately. Alright, trade is formed. Now Anderson's done. Anderson's going right out the back. Brown's about to go out the back too. Oh gosh, just trying to keep up here. Breakaway Group's been caught. Wachtendorf. Oh, he's fallen back. Okay, Garrison. Garrison. Go. Go forward. Down to 3 riders. guys are all done at the same time, and I do not want to fall out the back. And there you go, they're out the back. 27 riders. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, okay. Ease off, ease off.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
Top 25 now. Top 22 now. Okay, I'm up to the front where I want to be, and now I'm going to hold position for a little while.
To the finish line.
I'm already looking at a top 22. And I've got 3 riders left. Okay, here's the climb. Now we're going to Garrison push a little bit. There you go. 21 riders left. Garrison, go ahead and use your gel. He's only pulling at an 88, which is doing very little damage to him, so I'm going to stay right on this and keep pushing. Now, we've only got the big climb the final time, so we're on the final loop here. Okay, relax, relax, relax. Try to survive a little bit longer. Okay, gotta move on to Wraith here.
It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
Garrison hanging on for now. Okay, there we go. Alright, take over. Garrison's done. Still 21 riders left. Wraith, whoa, whoa, dude. Not so fast. Easter, what's going on? Oh,
5 kilometers
Wraith, what's going on? Just dropped out of energy just like that. Go 99. You're still at the front. Easter. 20 riders left. We got a top 20. Okay, use that gel. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the intersection.
The strong men are giving their all.
Not sprinting yet, not sprinting yet, not sprinting. Now sprint. Now sprint. Go Easter. Go Easter. Come on, give me a top 10. Give me a top 10 that does not look like a top 10. Yes, come through, come through, come through, come through. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, 8th place, 8th place. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, we got it. 8th place.
The race is run, but the poor souls bringing up the rear continue to cross the line.
Good job, Easter. You the man. You the man. Just a final group of 17 hanging in that Garrison right at the back of the group. Wraith comes in a little bit later in 20th. Boy, oh boy. That the steepness of that hill really worried me. And luckily, Easter in decent form today. Just strong enough on those hills. And he was probably 15th, 16th, right until the end. All those guys, they started their sprint too soon. It was too steep still. I got him going at that 800, 900 meters. And you saw that red line. Whew, that was razor thin at the finish line. And he just burst past another 6 riders or so. Right at the line. Objective met. We didn't exceed it. It's just a top 10.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
I didn't even see BMC was here today. Jeez, no wonder. Alright, hey, we grabbed 8th. Yeah, look at that. DeMarquis is here. No wonder BMC won. Patrick Bevan. And Rally Cycling. Holowesco. Huggins Bierman Axion. Trek. Dang. Look at that. We got up amongst all these teams. EF Education First, their first rider to finish, Dan McClay. Dan McClay. Sprinter. Dan McClay. But Hills 61. So his team kept him protected, but he couldn't do anything because of the strength of that. But you look at the top 13, it is nothing but bigger teams. Continental Pro teams or bigger teams. And then there's Griffith Easter, tucked in 8th place. Illuminate is the first one you get. And he is definitely better than my guys. So, we done did good. Alright, so we're going to see where we're at now. Okay, sponsor confidence did not change, it was only 1 star. But if it had failed, it certainly would have. Alright, ooh, we got a whole $200. Not much for that one. But this should be another... Yes, another sponsor objective, and it's a triple objective, and it's another one that's called a sprint that doesn't look much like a sprint. There's definitely some climbs to do, 167k, and we've got, 368 climbs to get up and over. And I would imagine this is another top 10 objective. Yeah, top 10. Look at that. After only hitting one of the first 4, I've hit 5 straight objectives and exceeded one. And it's been Easter for the last 2. Speaking of Easter, so Tour of Albania, we only watched stage 1. I had another 2nd place. I had another top 5. But that stage 4, we totally got blown away and lost tons of time overall. So nobody was in it at the end on that one. But objective was met with the stage win. And we are getting down to it. We've only got 6 objectives left on the year. 4 of them are big ones, so... Got me worried a little bit. Only 1 is a required stage win, and that's a huge objective. Categories are higher. Alright, so we are back. We are on the next objective now. And Easter just got caught up in a wreck, and that's probably his day done. And he was actually on his way back with water, so that's not good. We're gonna have to send somebody else to get water now. Wachtendorf was already caught up in a wreck earlier, had just gotten back up and still not quite recovered. But Easter's probably done. I don't think he's gonna get back in. So we have another objective today, top 10. And you can see that this climb that we're about to hit is no joke, actually. This is a pretty serious climb. Peloton's right there, but I expect the pace to pick up, so Easter could be in a bit of trouble. They might still make contact, but they'll definitely be affected here. Anderson, how are we doing on that water? You made it. Good job. Good job, bud. Alright. Easter, his group, just about to make contact here, so we're okay on that. The big climb, though, we still have twice to go over, plus one more pretty serious climb before the finish, and even a fourth climb to go with it. Definitely not suited to my team, and yet we're supposed to finish in the top 10. See, we're pretty strung out right now. Easter, this would be a good chance for you to start moving up the grid a little bit instead of being in the back of this group. Trying to get him caught back up. But he's also sick. He's got some sort of stomach bug. So that's slowing Easter down. You can see he's got all sorts of minuses with a -2 race day condition as a result. So Easter's definitely not our guy today. He's gotten the last 2 objectives for us, but he's out of contention for that. You can also see Garrison's the only one with a positive race day condition, so everybody else is neutral or in some type of deficit. The peloton is right there. Okay, here's that moderate climb. Let's go ahead and get back up to the group, see how we're doing there. But he's right near the front where I want him to be, which is good. And not suffering too badly so far. And the breakaway group of 5 is down to a small lead of less than a minute. Comes an attack from a couple riders. Looking to go off and win this one on their own. And the groups have come back together, so here is Easter now. Be over the top of this in a moment. There we go. Now you can both recover and push at the same time. No, it split. It split again. That's actually kind of a good thing. If we can leave half the field behind and be down to 54 riders, I don't mind that so much if they don't get back on board. Alright, it looks like we caught the breakaway group. Love how we go into this walled city, turn the corner, and go right back out of the walled city. And hit the mountain just outside of it. Alright, well, Easter is where he is. He's going to continue to struggle. Meanwhile, these guys definitely need to step it up now. The pace has certainly changed from where it was before. 105 riders back together. See, that's not a good thing. It's a lot harder to get a top 10 with 100 riders than it is with 50. Half the competition gets knocked off. Wachtendorf, come on. Work, buddy, work. 70 riders left. Ah, and Easter's right there. But Easter's also almost done. Sadly, so is Wachtendorf, and ooh, for a moment they got dropped. I have to let Anderson go off on his own. Wachtendorf just not strong enough of a climber. Oh, there's another fall. Simpson, Wraith caught in it. Oh, Wachtendorf caught it in it. Easter caught in it. Anderson got through. Alright, these guys are done. Oh, that was the last time over the main climb, too. We've just got the last climb and to the finish. We've been on a loop there. But Anderson's done, so all of a sudden, here we are with, oh no, a group of 14 away. So this is where the first split was, and now I've got just 2 chasers, Brown and Garrison. Let's hope these guys make contact again. Otherwise, we are outside of the top 10. There goes Schmid. Speaking of Schmid, news today that Siggy Schmid, all-time winningest MLS coach, passed away. Of course, the time that you're seeing this, that's going to be a couple days old now. Ooh, Easter is out. That's not good. So Easter did not get up from that latest wreck. His second. And now there's a gap opening up to these guys. I need to push this.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
Brown's 67. Garrison today is a 66. Yeah, see, the groups are splitting again. Okay, Brown's done. Garrison's on his own, but he's almost to the top. But then there's a little more climbing yet to do. We'll have the downhill after. Front group has just 10 riders. Is there any more beyond that? No. So we're just outside of that top 10 now. Gotta stay with this group here over the top. We can recover on the descent. Hopefully, these guys, one of them will sacrifice themselves.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
Down to just a single hope. I should have set these guys a long time ago to auto.
Everybody seems to agree that the stage will be won in a sprint.
Oh, this is so sad that we are looking at 12th place at best right now. It looks like we'll catch this guy, which means we're looking at a potential 11th, but I need 10. And there's 45 seconds. We're not catching those guys, plus another 13 in between. So we're a minute behind that group.
A rider has fallen, and he's not getting back up. It looks like he'll have to abandon the race. Several riders are on the ground, but it doesn't look too serious.
Okay, Garrison.
There we go. The sprint is on.
Starting to make a move here. 1.3, 1.1, and off we go. There they go. There's your top 10. Oh, man. Looks like we'll be second of this group. 12th, yep. So I just missed on the top 10. So we missed the objective. It was a big objective, too, because of a crash. Crash that ended up picking up nearly half the field and made a split, allowing those guys to get away. And even though we were right there near the front, the crash happened right in front of us, making that small split. And so we only managed 12th. It's only a partial failure, being that it's 12th, but that's going to hurt. Even though I've made 4 or 5 objectives in a row, it wasn't rising anymore. But we miss one, guaranteed it's going to drop again. And meanwhile, Easter, who is already sick, may be injured now. He could be out for a while. So we'll see what the damage is here before moving on to our last objective race for this episode. That's how close we got. And we finished second in the group. And we certainly would have been ahead of those 3 or 4 guys at the back. So we would have easily finished in the top 10 were we in that group. Oh, see? Told you. Drops right back down. It's only a partial fail, and Easter is injured. I'm going to skip over the Tour de Serbia 3-stage race. I'll do that one off camera. And the Tour de Bois is our next objective race. And it's a longer race. I think it's something like 6 stages. So we may not get through the whole thing in one episode. We'll have to keep an eye on that time-wise. Probably only manage to get 2 stages or so, but if we meet the objective, then we're good. Which I believe the objective on that one is going to be stage win. Let's see what is the damage on Easter. We can already see what's the damage on the sponsor Confidence. We went right from the green right back into the yellow, so we are going to have to hit some sponsor objectives again to get that back up. Ooh, fractured hip. Ooh. Ow. July. Oh, he's only out for a month. Lucky on that, but that's going to hurt because Easter has been our guy of late. And let's see. Yeah, see, you get 2 places lower, and you're only in the top 25. So, it's red anyway. Alright, well, on to the Tour de Bois. So I'll do a little work off camera, and then I'll see you there, stage 1. So we're about to start the Tour de Bois. You can see here on the general profile of the team, things are not looking good in a lot of ways. Wachtendorf, who has been heavily fatigued, his fitness continues to plummet and has not recovered. Easter, fractured hip. Anderson, bronchitis. And now Jonathan Brown as well, suffering from severe headaches for a couple days and is down and out from that. Taylor Warren, down on fitness. Brendan Rim, George Simpson, all down on fitness. And nobody in peak fitness shape at the moment. Gibbons, Garrison, Wraith looking the strongest. Stage 1. There is 6 stages, but we're only going to have maybe 3 chances at a sprint through this tour. So this Tour de Bois is going to be a difficult one, and the objective is both a major one. It's our second highest objective of the entire year, and it's stage win. Also made difficult by a single rider, I think Vanderpool? Let's see. Is that who it is? I think it's Vanderpool. Who is a 76. Yeah, there you go. Vanderpool. Corrended. 75, 76 on the sprints, and a 79 on the hills. He's wearing the number 1. Heavy favorite. He's going to be really tough to beat. And a top 3 doesn't do it. I mean, they'll still see that as a failure. So if we're going to get any increase in budget, we're going to desperately have to get after that stage win at some point. And he's going to be tough to beat. So it's going to take a little bit of luck of him getting caught out behind some riders. And there'll be enough of a gap between him and them that he can't make up the gap. So Breakaway Group just got caught. All 108 riders. Here comes the biggest climb of the day here in just a moment. My shielding guys are hurting a bit, and everybody else hurt over that climb. Warren's going to be done here, but others look like they're okay. Warren, for the time being, actually, is hanging in there. I'm going to allow these guys to recover just a little bit. Looks like Warren is not going to. It is a bit of downhill, and plenty of riders have been dropped. Right at the top of this climb, we'll go ahead and set up
There's a sustained rhythm at the moment. Some riders definitely won't be able to keep up.
our train. Okay, so Warren's out of it. Wachtendorf is still here, but he just got down to nothing left. He's on a -3 today. So we're going to set these two guys to auto. Wraith is our guy today. Great condition for him. So we're going to get you to follow Garrison and Gibbons. Follow Simpson, who's on a +2, and then Harris. And Harris right up front, where we want to be. We're going to save him for a little bit here before we start to attack, otherwise he's going to get used up pretty quick. $72 riders left, and I think I can get him to start pushing here. Okay, here we go. Go with 93 to start. 13.5K. 5-man train. And the other teams are starting to attack as well. A lot of this is downhill, but you can see there's 2 uphills, including the finish line. So I cannot go too early. Harris is almost done.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
Alright, he got us down to the last 9K, so that was good.
Most likely end up in a mass sprint.
Okay, Gibbons getting ready. We're only getting a couple K out of Simpson here. And that's 6K to the finish line.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
58 riders.
And evolution doesn't seem to favor those in the rear. There's a growing list of riders left behind.
93 here. Go 99 here. Garrison still waiting, still waiting. 2K. Oh, 2K. 2K.
And there goes the mad burst for
Garrison on his sprint, pulling Wraith. Now Wraith going for the line. Going for the line. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Yes, sir. Job done. Stage 1. Oh, we did it. We did it. Vanderpool down in 4th. He came way too late.
The race is run.
Yes, sir. Great lead out from Garrison. Great pull from Gibbons to get us to that point where Garrison could go from about 2K out on his sprint, pulling Wraith, and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited because I knew there was an uphill, and Garrison hung on long enough to allow Wraith to wait and wait and wait and go just at the end where he was able to burst past everyone. Great lead out from Garrison on that one, and great final sprint from Wraith for the stage win. Huge objective met there. Like I said, that is our second biggest objective of the year. And with Vanderpool and his 76 rating, I thought for sure that he would win every stage. But I knew that there was a small chance that he'd be too far back at one time. There'd be one stage that he wouldn't win. Of the sprints anyway. And we got it on stage 1, no doubt. So, big mark there. And that also means that the rest of this race becomes unnecessary. We've done what we needed to do objective-wise to get through, to pick up some points. So I will cruise through the rest of this race. Look at that. Great laid out. Comes out from behind the wheel. He's got... And he was still right there. I mean, he was still, third wheel at that point? And he finishes a wheel's width into first. Just hanging on. That other guy went at the right time too, but he was marking Wraith, and he never could get over the top of him. Actually, he wasn't even marking him just after I came out from behind the wheel. Garrison comes down in 14th from that lead out. You run out of juice too soon, and that's what happens. Vanderpool. What also hurt him was he and his teammate, they were not in line for each other. So there was no... Oh, that's not the same Vanderpool. That's David Vanderpool. Wow. What happened here? Matthew Vanderpool, the stronger one, wasn't involved in the sprint at the end at all. He really got caught back. It was his brother going for it. You see their team's all over the top. There's 5 riders in the top 16. All right. Well, race is won, so that's going to be big for the sponsors. They will be very pleased by that. Of course, I don't get the result until the end, but there you go. Cronge, the only one left. Next month, right at the end of the month, right before things are going to get really, really interesting. So that'll be in our next episode because it is August 1st when the transfer season begins. Tour of Albania was a success in the last episode. This one was the failure here just a week ago, where we finished 12th and needed a top 10. So this was the last of our objectives that required a stage victory. So actually, if we just go in reverse, here's what's left. So we're going to be fine on this result-wise, but we won't get that till the end of the race. But we have 4 objectives left on the season, and all of them are top 10s. So they're all single stage, and they're all 1.2 categories. So there's going to be some tougher competition. We've got nothing until the end of July on that, so it's going to be a while before we have our next objective. And we have August and 2 in September. But 2 of the 3 biggest are still left, with this being the other one. So we'll see. This should make a pretty strong impact on getting us back up sponsor confidence-wise. In fact, even the registered riders has gone up a little bit. Yeah, so Rave back late last month, Winston-Salem. Bonus there. Gibbons. Yes, we have a good evaluation on this. Gibbons, good. Okay. This is where we're hurting. I have 0 riders from Belgium or the Netherlands. We'll definitely be looking to sign some for next season, and that's going to help with that sponsor confidence quite a bit, as I'll be trying to pick up maybe 2 each, Dutch and Belgian riders to add to the team. But in the meantime, we're also going to need to pick up some just better riders overall. I only have 4 riders signed up for next season right now. So only 4 returning riders. The rest is going to be up to me. And none of the riders I have on the team right now have high potential. So I'm going to be looking to sign a couple of youth riders with high potential. And I've got a scout working on a short list of riders at the moment. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get through the other 5 stages of this race. And then we'll do one quick check-in on where we're at on a few things. So it's the next day after the end of the Tour de Bois. 6 stages, and only 2 of those ended up being sprint stages, so I really only had 1 more chance. I managed 6th place in that. I almost sniffed the top 10 in a time trial and about 14th or so. Sponsor confidence almost back into the green. So bigger objective, and we totally meet the objective, and yet the damage is still there from the one time we don't hit the objective. I'm hitting enough objectives where you don't gain much. It's kind of like having an A already in a class. You keep getting really, really good grades. Well, it's not going to really help your grade because your grade's already good. But then you get one bad grade, and you could see an A quickly turning into a B, or not turning in one assignment and getting a 0, essentially. So that one failed objective still having a pretty negative impact, but we are right on the edge of green at this point. And really the biggest thing that's holding us back on not being much higher, because we're totally getting the results, really comes down to the fact that I have a weak team, and then the squad itself has no Belgian or Dutch riders in it. But looking at the remaining calendar, just 4 objectives left to hit. And we're going to take a look at just a couple things here as I go to wrap up this episode. First off, let's take a look at my short list now. These are some riders that are currently unsigned by teams that I'm looking at. These last 2 are the youth ones. Vincent Van Hemelen is the one that we are doing the close watching on. He is a 67 currently, and no real strengths in any areas that makes him amazing. But he does have good potential, good to very good potential. The other one that I have on my short list is Grand Champion. He's got extremely good potential, and there are some others as well in the youth categories that I'm looking at. This one, partially because he's a sprinter. He's only 65 now, but we may look to sign him. These other 5 are much higher average and young, and riders that are not signed already. The first of these that obviously jumps out is Wim Veldeman, because he is a 71. He's somewhat known, and he is a Belgian rider. Northern Classics is his strength, and I don't see those come up very often. But you can see just right there, his sprint is already better than anybody I have on this team. His hills is better than anybody I have on this team currently. And I have got a scout report now, and he's looking pretty good. So, quick evaluation, done with some guys. Here's another one with pretty good potential. So, There's another. Oh, that's him. Let's see. Whoa. Look at that. Excellent to Grand Champion. Nicholas Marini. We are absolutely going to look to sign this guy. He is a 70 currently. He is a sprinter. Much better than what I have with 73s. And has amazing potential. So we haven't gotten anything on him yet. But that's a good sign if I can get some of these guys signed on for next season. But that'll begin August 1st. Last thing we're going to look at here is where we're at in the standings. And this also comes out August 1st. So that's August 1st. Big day for us. Tom DeMoulin currently 1,000 points ahead of anybody else in the World Tour rankings. But Froome just won the de Dauphiné, Criterium de Dauphiné, for the 4th time. And that got him moving up quite a bit. Here's Van der Poel just crushing it. In the Continental rankings, he's so much better than everybody else. He and Buoni. But Cofidis is racing a lot of higher level races. Wraith, my highest ranked guy now at 61st. 146 points. You gotta go a long ways before we find anybody in the Super Prestige. In fact, I've got nobody inside the top 250. Let's go ahead and go straight to team, though. Team Sky still leading the way. Movistar second, Sunweb third. Quickstep is down in 4th. Wanty Group, Gobert, Cofidis running away with the Continental rankings, but Corendon under Van der Poel. Corendon as just a Continental team all the way up in 3rd place. So one outstanding rider who's getting it done for him. We are 18th though in the Continental rankings with 478 points. So that's huge. That would potentially make us a Continental Pro team next year, and that could make signing riders much easier. However, I'm still dealing with the fact that I have no quality in the team, and if we go up to those higher level races, we're going to really struggle for points. Dimension Data is below Wanty Group, Gobert, and Cofidis, so they are in danger of being demoted. And we were just inside the top 50 before. We're outside of it now. 58th, 249 points in the Super Prestige. 1 point shy of hitting the 25 mark, but we're still on 24 for now. And that's also going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.